and we're at world famous Sharky's beachfront restaurant. So a shout out to Mike and Derek Bennett for letting us use their restaurant to shoot some video today. It's an awesome place. If you're ever in Panama City Beach, check it out. It's one of my favorite haunts. I live about a half a mile from here. Today we're going to talk about Office 365 security. There's so many moving parts that often it's hard to wrap your head around or to visualize how these pieces go together. So I've been working with Sean Hayes from Summit 7 Systems, and we've been using an onion. It came about as a joke, the Shrek movie where Shrek said, I'm like an onion, you have to peel back the layers to really get to know me. And now we realized that you can actually visualize a lot of Office 365 using an onion. For the Office 365 security and compliance onion, you have identity management, tenant security, endpoint security, and governance. And those are really the four main layers, as you can see on the graphic. So the first layer of the onion is identity management. And identity management is about authentication first. So how do we know that the users who they say they are? It's very similar to a driver's license, where on the front of the license it has your picture, your name, your address, your social security number maybe. But that authenticates you, says who you are. When you turn that license over, the backside talks about what you can do. Drive a motorcycle, drive a boat, drive a commercial vehicle. That's your authorization. So the front side's authentication, the back side is authorization. We authenticate to Office 365 through Azure Active Directory. There is no authentication in Office 365. There is only authorization in Office 365. The authentication component of Office 365 comes out of Azure. So let's talk about Azure just a little bit around identity management. The first piece is Azure Active Directory and a function called conditional access. It's a really important part of creating an 800-171 compliant solution, because based on your location, say in the US, we're going to allow you to authenticate, but maybe if you're coming from Nigeria, we're going to force you to fire up a VPN, right? So based on who you are, where you're at, what kind of device you're on, we can change the login behavior. Another component of that is the multi-factor authentication, now, or MFA. It is a mandatory requirement in 800-71 for all users. So all users must have multi-factor authentication. And the last piece of this first layer of the onion is the Azure Identity Protection. Now this does take Azure AD Premium Plan 2, so it's new and it's a really cool technology, and it really is where AI is starting to cross with our authentication security. So it can look at your logins and it will assign either a low, medium, or high risk factor, and then we can actually control the login behavior based on how you've logged in.